Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Genuine Me. I'm so delighted that you're listening to me right now. And previously I was talking about my experience going to Qatar Airways interviews. Today I want us to get a little bit more into it, a little bit more into the details. Let's talk about the most common questions today. The most common questions that you can expect. And let me tell you something. These questions that I'm going to give you now, if you are ready and you know how to answer them, girl, walk into that room with confidence. There is no surprises at all. No surprises. So let's start with question number one. Before I get into question number one though, I want to say, you do know that the first day is meet and greet, right? And when you get there, on the first day of your interview, they're gonna ask you one question. They are busy, there's a lot of people waiting in the queue, so they're gonna be trying to be as brief as possible with you, and also you try to be as brief as possible with them. So there you go, girl, there you go, mister. Into the house, not into the house, into the interview. Question number one, are you ready? Tell me about yourself. I believe it's best to start off by mentioning your history in education and mentioning a little bit more about your career, what you've been doing and what you've been venturing into, maybe a little bit more of anything that can relate with this role or customer service, as you know that this is a customer service role. So do mention a little bit something about customer service, something that aligns to this role that you are applying for. And yeah, maybe a little bit more about your personality, your hobbies, what you like. But even those things, try to relate them a little bit with your role without it being too obvious. Just make it like it's just you, okay? This is you, you are the person, you know? Yeah, I think that will be good. And do remember to smile. Anyways, I'll mention those other things later. So you told them about yourself, but I hope that you use this chance to also make them smile. Remember, when you're talking, you are the flight attendant already. They are your customer. So even when you're talking to them about yourself, do try to put a smile into their face, you know, be as friendly as you can. Okay, question number two. Why do you want to be cabin crew? Why do you want to be a flight attendant? Do make sure that you mention how this role can bring you growth, how this role is in alignment with your career goals, how it aligns with your personality already, how it's, you know, in unison with you being a customer service person. And make sure that you don't say that you want this role because you want to travel the world, or that was one mistake I did on my first interview going there. So don't say that. Like what you have to do more than anything, show them that you want to work. Okay? You like this role because of what it entails, what you will be doing in the role. Like how, let me say, maybe you want this job because you're already that person who likes to associate with people, you love customer service, you've worked in a customer service role before, and you feel like this is who you are, and you feel like this role, however, will bring you growth in your customer service career. Just mention how getting this job relates to you on a personal level and your growth and pretty much everything that is about the job. Okay? Just show them that you want to do the job. Not anything around it, not the benefits that come with the job. No, the things that actually entail doing this job. Question number three, why do you want to work for this airline? Why do you want to work for Qatar Airways? This goes both ways actually, even if you're maybe going for an Emirates interview or whatever. Why do you want to work for this airline? What you should do is praise the airline, obviously. Praise the airline. This is your chance to show what you know about the airline. It's kind of like the same question, but it's not coming to you as, what do you know about us? Kind of give it to them. Show what you know about the airline. It's very important to mention that it has won so many Airline of the Year awards, which is why Qatar Airways is so renowned today, which is why it's the standard. Tell them maybe something more about like how they take care of their employees, you know, how Yes, so mention their ethics, their vision if you know it, their mission, those things, like how you want to work for them because of those things. Also, like you can even like throw something in there to say that you've heard a couple of people who've flown with this airline and they've enjoyed their journey with the airline, they've enjoyed the customer service, how you love how at Qatar Airways the service is so good, how people are treated, and how you want to be a part of that. You want to be a part of what Qatar Airways is doing, a part of the standard that they're working with, how it will grow you as a person and how it aligns with your career goals, specifically Qatar Airways and no other airways. You know, you have to show that it's them or nothing. So yeah, that was question number 3. Okay, question number 4. What have you been doing? This question, I think, you know, usually they ask one question, but if you answer that first question and they're satisfied with it, they'll kind of ask you, what have you been doing? Last time I remember they asked me, why do I want to be a flight attendant, right? I answered them, then they said, what have you been doing? And they said, what are you currently doing actually? Expect this question. It's very common. And going for these interviews, I was going with someone, both experiences. So I'm sure of these questions that they're always asking over and over again. I'll tell you more about why these questions later on. What have you been doing? Here it's kind of straight and forward. Like tell them what you've been doing, but don't say that you've been doing nothing, okay? Maybe say that you've been freelancing or working on your own project. Just say something that you've been doing that shows that you're not somebody who can just sit down and you're not doing anything. And I remember they asked me, I was actually doing nothing, but I managed to say something like, you know, I've been doing freelance makeup services. I said this to show that I'm somebody who can do makeup because, you know, in this job, they require you to look a certain way. So I said it to show, you know what, I wouldn't be starting at zero, you know. I know in this job I'll have to be putting makeup and all that. So I said I've been doing freelance makeup services. And then they said, but why do you want to leave what you've been doing for this job? Then I told them, no, I've just been doing it because it's my passion, but not career-wise. It's not my career goal. Whereas this job would be my career accomplishment. So they gave me invitation to the second day. So I guess I did give a good answer. The last question that you need to be prepared for, tell me about a time that you resolved a conflict at work. So obviously this one is a scenario question. Just be prepared. I feel like you're lucky if you were invited and you're gonna get this question. Like, I'm giving you the chance to think about it because it is a very common question. Because in this role, you're gonna get into a few conflicts. Obviously, you know, there's angry customers, complaining customers, things like that. Like, they want to see if you can be able to resolve that, you know, but also being calm, not like losing your emotion, not being, you know, angry back, not fighting back. So when you answer this question, you need to show that you're somebody who can stay calm under difficult situations, under situations where somebody can be shouting at you as a customer, somebody can be displeased, complaining, and all of those things. So show that you can be calm under pressure, that you can dissolve a problem, you can bring peace to a situation that is just rogue and out of control. When you get this question, don't say that you've never had a situation at your workplace where you have to resolve something. Come up with something, make something up. For example, maybe when you can say a customer once came by complaining that they're displeased with their service and they want a refund, and how did you resolve that? You know, maybe you were the person that gave the service and you're sure that you gave them exactly the right service. There was nothing that went wrong. But they came complaining and saying they want their refund. Like, how did you resolve that situation? Yeah, come up with something like that, but still show that you were calm, that you managed to dissolve the situation in the best way where the customer still remains your customer, you know, because that's very important. Okay, that is all the questions that I would personally say that you need to know when you're going for your first day meet and greet interview. you can be sure that if you prepared these questions, you can go, you know what, sleep peacefully, girl, wake up on a fresh energy, and you know what, prepare before the day. Prepare everything before the day, okay? Like in the morning when you wake up, don't, go back to your book, try to rehearse again. That thing kind of brings like stress. What you want to do on that day, exude good energy, be as friendly as possible, put fear as far from you as possible, because you shouldn't show that you're trembling, that you're sweating, that you can't speak because you're so scared. Like, just try to think of all the good things in your head, and when you're talking to them, smile. I want to now mention things that they're looking at. They're looking at you, and that is why they're asking you these questions. They want to see your smile. So when you're talking to them, make sure that you're smiling. Make sure that it's a beautiful smile. Practice it, please. Practice your smile when you're at home while you have time to do so. And they're listening for your voice projection. Remember, they want somebody who is eloquent in English. So they're listening to hear if you can speak English properly, if your voice is a customer service kind of voice, and they're looking at your personality and your attitude. So that's why I'm saying, if you can try to make them smile back, you got it. Because once you get into that room, that interview room, they are the customer and you are the flight attendant, you're the cabin crew. Treat them like a customer, make them feel so loved, so appreciated, make them smile back a little. Don't be one thing you should not do in this interview is give strict, boxed and strict answers where it sounds like this person studied and they memorized everything and they're just saying, this is the science of this and this. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. This type of interview, you are a customer service officer. They want your personality more than anything. Be you. That is the best advice somebody can ever give you. Be you. Exude that good energy on your, when you're with your friends, when you're with your, make them smile, make them feel welcome, make them feel They are also looking at your posture, how you're standing while you're talking to them. They're also looking at your gestures when you're talking. Make sure you don't just stand still, That is very awkward. Just talk freely, use your hands when you're saying a few things, show that you're free, that you're comfortable. Also make sure that you maintain eye contact, show that you're confident, you're not afraid to look them in the eye, they're your customer. But yeah, don't overdo it. Just don't be afraid, okay? And then one of the most important things, they're also looking at your grooming, your presentation. You know how the Qatar Airways cabin crew groom themselves? They always have their hair in a bun. Clean, neat, simplicity, that is them. So when you come to this interview, try your best to mimic that look. Try your best to look like a flight attendant according to their standards. Make your hair neat as possible, whether you're bunning it up or if you have short hair and you just combing it straight, shoulder length or whatever look you choose. Make sure that your hair is very neat. If you have hairy feet like some of us, I don't think my feet are hairy or anything. I'm just putting it out there in the most gentlest way. Do shave your legs, put nail polish on your nails. One of the grooming requirements as a flight attendant is you have to always have your nails done in some way, whether, I'm not pretty sure about it, but your nails have to always look done and presentable. Okay, but according to their standards, I'm sure there's colors that they're told that they can put and colors they can't put, but to just come with your raw normal nails is not allowed. So try to make sure that you're well groomed. I remember even, what day was it? Was it day 3, day 2? Yes, my second day of the interview, they did check our nails right before they checked our scars. So nails are very important. Other than that, you're ready. If you can follow all these things that I've mentioned and you walk into that interview room, be confident, be you, be genuine. All right? Be genuine. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it has helped you a lot. And I promise you, this is everything you need to know for your first day to make a great lasting impression. And let me know in the comments what you want to hear about the interviews, maybe a little bit more. What should I dive into the details for you? I've done a lot of research and I would love to share with you whatever I know. See you on the next one. Stay genuine. Bye. This question, I got it. Did I get it? Okay, no. Tell me about yourself, alright?
But your password is so hard because it gets out of line. 1.5.
You gotta study here. We have to wait.
Okay, mention your... With this question, I know what I want to say, but I don't know why I'm stopping. You know how not into the house, into the interview.